As I was preparing for this year's Itati Council lecture, a question kept recurring to me. What would our history look like if we momentarily diverted our attention to the ground? I mean, from the figure to the ground. So I want to approach this talk sort of like a thought experiment and act like an excavator uncovering layers. The pavement, the earth on which we all stand, and even deeper than that, the material supports of the painting physically, and of course the image, the background of the Renaissance picture. And what a happy coincidence to be thinking of this when the Frick opened its fabulous exhibition of Giovanni Battista Moroni's portraits, curated by Amy Ng and Simone Facchinetti. For his backgrounds and his portraits, Moroni preferred gray, carefully, delicately developed gray. Architectural, but also reminiscent of flesh. It seems to be subject to the passing of time in much the same way as a human body is subject to the passing of time. Scholars routinely dismiss Moroni's gray grounds as formulae, neutral planes of color painted to set off the figure. But I wanted to propose something else in this talk. In Moroni's portraits, ground is not simply behind the figure or adjacent to it. Ground actually permeates these figures. Ground pushes up through layers of paint, and in so doing, it infiltrates the color and texture of the figure. And ultimately, ground extends the subjects beyond their own bodies, pushing the body beyond its corporeal limits. When we look at someone, usually our eyes fall on their face, and we understand them through their face. Maybe we read them more through their clothing, gestures, or in the case of paintings, their attributes. I think Moroni is saying something much more in his portraits. He asks us to see selfhood further afield. I began to see how these walls express experiences that we all have. The desire to present ourselves, the sentiment of love, and the awareness of our own mortality.